Okay, Paul. I picked Tim Anderson to put next to you with this today because of all the guys that I have, your styles are really, really similar. As you're going to look at the other sample that I have today, and it was the sample that I had with Soto, those guys get so much weight off of their back leg. By the time they get to toe strike, they're able to just turn as their heel goes down. That's not the case with you, but that's also not the case with Tim Anderson. So I wanted to pick him because it's very similar to your swing, and there's just one thing that I think you can fine-tune a little bit. As you rock into hip load, okay, here I think that you could get, as you go forward, I think you could get a little bit more weight off of your back leg. Because as I was watching your swings, you're moving forward, everything's okay. You can see where you hit at toe strike. Tim Anderson rocks into hip load. Now he brings that back knee in. Now he starts carrying weight forward and going back late with his hands. You can see where he is at toe strike. So you can see, here's a guy, a major leaguer, that keeps a little bit more weight on his back leg as he's getting to toe strike. The one difference that I see that you may, this is why I encourage you to just get a little bit more length, is you can see how he's level. See how you're pointing up just a little bit. Now here's the big thing, and this will help make you more efficient. As you're going to go heel down, you're going to see your weight shift forward as you've got to get some more weight off of your back leg before you turn. Tim Anderson, you're going to see the same thing. His heel's going to go down. He's going to have his hip shift forward as he's going to have to get a little bit more weight off of his back leg. But you're going to see the difference in between how you move up top and have started to rotate versus how he is up top and has started to rotate. So, that's a lot. Let me clear that off. All right, let's start with you, Paul. As you're going heel down here, see how your hips are sliding forward, and you've started to turn a little bit as we've gotten to heels. I believe your heel is down there. Tim Anderson now, as he goes to heel down, you can see his hips going forward. His heel's in the ground there. And you can see the difference in how he is still really slotted up back here, right? And you can see how this has started to come forward just a little bit. So let me go back through, clear that junk out of there. Okay. So now you're both at toe strike. And again, I think that if you stay a little bit more level, and get out just a little bit more. Again, look, there's multiple ways to hit, and you can see he's still stacked up, not completely, but he's got a little bit more weight on his back leg, just like you do. But what we want to work towards is, as that heel comes down, we're still back more. You can see his hands are even going back. Look at his hands as he's going from toe to heel. See how he's still going back? And he's able to then rotate from there. He's a little bit off on that pitch. That was just kind of a soft single. So, let's go back again, because I thought this was a real good comparison. Rock into hip load. I think you climb a little bit there. Oops. See, you're just climbing a little bit. Climbing a little bit. Anderson rocks into hip load. See how his hips are staying more level? So again, Paul, rock into hip load with a little bit of climb. Anderson, rock into hip load, and his hips stay level. So now, as you get a little bit up and down, I don't think you get out as much as you can, and you can see how that's not quite level. Anderson, because he stayed level early, is able to stay more level there. Then as you get heel going down and sliding forward, you've started to swing just a little bit. His hands are still going back as he's getting heel down, and you can see how he's in a better immediate preparation. So, two things to play around with in dry reps. And you know, whenever we talk, Paul, about movements, like everything goes in sequence. So, first thing I would say, let's work on, because you've been extremely diligent. Your work ethic and how you are mentally when you're hitting is tremendous. This visual, and again, I picked him because I thought it was almost exactly like your swing. As you're rocking into hip load, let's try to take that climb out. Again, Anderson rocking into hip load, seeing how he stays level. And as we do that, let's see if that puts us in a better position, i.e. weight displacement, where you can see that is not as good as that to turn from. And as you get heel down, you can kind of see how much your hips travel forward. And that's not as good of a position to turn from as when his heel slams down. You can see that he's got everything still going back. So let's work on, as we rock into hip load, stay level as we go forward. As we rock into hip load, stay level as we go forward. And see if that puts us in a better position to get our heel down. Our hips can still travel forward, but we don't want to start our swing yet. As you can see, he's still going back and hasn't started to swing yet as his heel goes down. A little complicated to explain over the video, but I thought that Tim Anderson was so much like you that would be really good to show. You know, keep your style, but work on going forward as you pick your leg up versus getting kind of that up and down action. I think that'll set you up in a better spot to turn and get a little more separation between lower half and upper half.